The Horticulture Research Complex was made functional in March 1981 at Nagicherra, which is 10 kilometers away from Agrawatala, with major objectives like introduction, acclimatization of major plantation crops, establishment of germplasm bank for indigenous and exogenous horticultural crops for future research, and production of elite planting materials. The center has 9 divisions, where research and development works are carried out. The divisions are fruit science, vegetable science, plantation crops, spices and condiments, true potato seeds, vegetable seed production, mushroom lab, tissue culture lab, floriculture and landscape gardening. The mandate of the center is to undertake strategic, anticipatory and applied research to enhance productivity, quality, utility, and sustainability of different horticultural crops, such as fruits, vegetables, plantation crops, spices, potatoes including TPS, mushrooms etc. To act as repository of horticultural genetic resources and their management. To act as knowledge hub and management of scientific and technical information in horticulture. Transfer of technology and impact assessment in horticultural crops. To enhance human resources development in horticulture. The different functions which are mainly performed in the center are planning, coordination, implementation and monitoring of research and development programs. It works to serve as knowledge repository in horticulture, to establish national and international cooperation, and to visualize research needs as per changing scenario. The mission of the center is to undertake research, education and extension in horticultural crops. The objectives of the center are mainly focused at increasing productivity and quality of horticultural crops, production of quality planting materials, introduction of new crop varieties, popularization of protected cultivation, post-harvest management and value addition, dissemination, popularization, adoption and impact assessment of technologies. In the vegetable crops division, the thrust areas are collection, evaluation, characterization, selection and identification of specific biotic and abiotic stress tolerance traits from the wild and land races in vegetable crops. Agro-techniques for rain-fed production of vegetable crops. Organic production in vegetable crops. Protected cultivation and precision farming in high-value vegetable crops. Micro-irrigation and fertilization in vegetable crops. Fruit crops division. The mandated crops are mango, guava, jackfruit, sweet orange, mandarins, lemon, lime, papaya, lychee and underutilized fruits. The mandate of the division is to carry out strategic and applied research for higher productivity, quality and utility of fruit crops in tropical and subtropical agroclimatic zones. Production of elite planting materials. To conduct training program for development of human resources. Transfer of technologies to the line department and study their impact. Development and refinement of production technology of fruit crops. High-density planting and canopy management. Softwood grafting is a useful commercial propagation technique which is used in the center for the propagation of different fruits and cashew nut. For softwood grafting, 10 to 12 centimeters long, pencil-thick scion from current season's growth should be selected and procured. Wedge technique is used for grafting. 2 pairs of bottom leaves are retained on the stalk, and the stalk is decapitated 5 centimeters above the second pair of leaves, and a vertical incision along the length of the stump to 3.75 centimeters from the top of the stalk is made. The scion is prepared like a wedge. It is inserted into the stalk and tied with polythene strip of 1.5 centimeters width and 30 centimeters length of 100 gauge to create a human atmosphere around the scion bud. Polythene caps of 20 by 2.5 centimeters size of 100 gauge thickness, is provided for 15 to 20 days till the buds sprout. In the plantation crops division, the main crops are cashew nut, coconut, and areca nut. In cashew nut, softwood grafting is done with BLA 394, which was found suitable in the agroclimatic zone of Tripura. Some new varieties, with high yield potentials, are being tried. In coconut, mainly, Sakya Gopal variety is found best. In tissue culture lab, virus-free tissue culture platelets are produced for production of true potato seeds. Apart from it, banana variety named Sobri is being tried. Strawberry will be taken up this year. Vegetable seed production of okra and cowpea varieties named Kashi Kanchan and Kashinati is done here. In mushroom lab, spawn production is done to the tune of 30,000. oyster mushroom, milky mushroom and button mushroom are cultivated. In the spices division, mainly black pepper and cinnamon is focused. In black pepper, variety named Panura 1 is found best. Multiplication is done in large scale and distributed amongst the farmers of Tripura. In cinnamon, varieties named Nagicherra and Novashri which are multiplied. In floriculture division, mainly anthurium and orchid-like dendrobium are cultivated in greenhouses.